Call of Duty World War II's campaign takes us back to one of the most devastating periods of human history, World War II. But what makes this particular entry stand out isn't just the sheer scale of the war, but how it zooms in on the personal stories amidst the chaos. This campaign is a story about a single squad fighting not just for survival, but for each other. By grounding the narrative in the relationships between soldiers, the game creates an emotional core that's rare in the genre. The campaign starts off on June 6, 1944 in the barracks of a battleship where we can see pictures of soldiers' families posted on their bunks. The main protagonist, Ronald Red Daniels, is writing a letter to his brother back home saying that the ship is headed to the beaches of Normandy and introduces us to the members of the 1st Infantry Division. First up is the troublemaker Robert Zussman, next is wannabe big-time photographer Drew Stiles, and last at the table is French-American Frank Alo. Zussman is showing off his skills with a knife as he plays five-finger fillet, prompting Alo to place his necklace on the table, betting that Zussman couldn't do it faster.
You get flush.
The men get up from the table and go to a briefing, but Daniels and Zussman are stopped by the no BS Sergeant Pearson, who tells us Germans will eat us for lunch before the mission ends. The next cutscene begins with an aerial view of US 82nd and 101st aircrafts flying toward the beach to begin the initial bombardments and deploy approximately 13,000 paratroopers to secure key areas inland. We can also see the first wave of amphibious landing crafts heading toward the shores of Normandy to begin the real-life Operation Overlord, better known as D-Day.
Our triumph will be etched into the hearts and minds of a grateful world for untold generations. I'm talking about glory, gentlemen.
Daniels, still writing his letter to his brother, relates Colonel Davis's speech to one their coach gave them before a Thanksgiving game.
His pep talk reminded me of the one Coach Johnson gave us on our Thanksgiving Day game versus Austin. I'm sure you remember we lost that game by 42 points. I don't know who the hell decided this was the best way to retake Europe, but I'll guarantee you one thing. They weren't on the beach with us this morning. It's now or never.
Now on one of the amphibious landing vehicles, Daniels finishes writing his letter home. We witness the harrowing start of the beach assaults on Normandy. Daniels looks back to give one of the men in the boat a light, and the gunner is taken out by the Germans on shore, causing everyone to duck for cover. As soon as the boat reaches land, it's hit hard by enemy fire and the front gate opens, exposing the soldiers to relentless machine gun fire. Nearly everyone on board is slaughtered by the Nazis on the beach. The game's depictions of the Omaha beach landing is heavily inspired by real-life accounts and media portrayals, particularly Saving Private Ryan. In reality, soldiers face constant gunfire, beach obstacles, and mines. The chaotic, visceral scene in the game pays tribute to the sacrifices made during this operation. On the sands of Omaha Beach, Daniels experiences shell shock, witnessing the brutal realities of war before Turner pulls him back to focus.
Daniels, this is what you trained for! Now pick up that banger!
The squad pushes through a relentless assault, eventually breaching the first line of the German defenses. This sequence mirrors the real-life challenges faced by the U.S. Army's 1st and 29th Infantry Divisions on Omaha Beach. Soldiers relied on sheer determination and courage to overcome the heavily fortified German positions, a feat the game effectively dramatizes. After destroying several bunkers, Daniels and Zussman are attacked by a German soldier, leading Zussman to be stabbed in the abdomen. But Daniels fights back, using a helmet to subdue the attacker. Daniels drags Zussman to safety, mirroring the real-life heroism of soldiers who risk their lives to save their comrades.
Medic! I need morphine!
The mission concludes with the squad regrouping at a farmhouse further inland, marking a small but significant victory in the larger campaign.
Welcome to the bloody first. You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
Schmeling versus LaMotta.
Schmeling would have KO'd LaMotta.
No way. And Schmelling's a Nazi. I'd shoot him in a heartbeat.
Now, they made him their poster boy. That guy didn't have a choice.
We all got a choice.
You know, Nietzsche said there was only strong...
That's enough mouth. All right. What about Lewis versus Sugar Ray
If
Robinson?
we're talking 1938, Lewis Robinson wins hands down.
Hey, look who came back for more.
I thought you were out another week.
Not after I heard a bunch of tough S.O.Bs were about to take Marigny.
Well, playbook's working. At this rate, we'll be home by Christmas. Don't just stand there, let's see.
All right.
Zussman, now sporting a new scar, joins the conversation before Lieutenant Turner reviews the plan one final time.
This is our chance to break out of Normandy. It won't be easy. The hedgerows are heavily defended. We got reports of Kraut armor in the area. But if we can hold and secure Marigny, we own the roadways. And if Zussman can take a knife in the gut and come out swinging, I like our odds just fine.
Always bet on a winner, sir.
The mission, Operation Cobra, is based on the real-life World War II operation of the same name, led by General Omar Bradley. The game's portrayal of Operation Cobra captures the scale of the offensive, with soldiers, tanks, and aircraft working in tandem to push deeper into France. Historically, Operation Cobra was launched on July 25, 1944, to break through German defenses in Normandy and begin the Allied advance across France. In the game, the squad's progress is interrupted by a German bombing, forcing them to fight through the remnants of the German 7th Army on foot. The real-life Operation Cobra was marked by similar moments of chaos and adaptation, as both sides struggled for control amidst shifting battle lines.
It looks like you boys got a reprieve.
Excuse me, Sergeant?
Yeah.
Isn't half the Kraut army on the other side of those buildings? Shouldn't we find a better place to set up a perimeter?
Sure, Private. Why don't you book us a room at the Ritz?
Sir. He's scared as all.
Why don't you worry about your own problems? Like how that side is gonna hold up tomorrow.
I'm right as rain, Sergeant.
The mission, Stronghold, begins with a cutscene of Daniels waking up from a nightmare to the sounds of distant gunfire. This scene reveals more about Daniels' backstory, particularly a traumatic hunting accident involving his brother.
Get to cover! Come on! Now, Turner will lead the maneuver element into the square. Our job is to lay down suppressive fire from that church. Any questions? Good, I have a question. Save them up, Styles. You win a gold star. Let's go.
The squad prepares for their next objective, taking the church in Marigny. Marigny itself was strategically significant during the Normandy campaign, as securing the town would provide a key road for the Allied advance. In the game, players fight through Nazi forces in an intense urban battle, reflecting the gritty reality of close-quarters combat. Historical accounts of battles like Marigny often describe the difficulty of clearing buildings and defending against counterattacks. The climb to the church's bell tower provides a tactical advantage, allowing players to snipe enemy reinforcements. However, the tower's collapse and the resulting casualties underscore the high cost of these gains. After holding their ground against a German counterattack, the squad regroups, ready to push further into France.
Looks like you two caught a bit of it.
Don't worry, Lieutenant. We saved some for you.
Agents Vivian and Crowley will lead the operation. They've been working with the Resistance for months and know the terrain well. We'll defer to them.
We heard about Marigny. Impressive.
I can't take all the credit.
Just doing our job.
And a fine job it was, but a warm-up, I'm afraid. Look, this is no ordinary German supply train. It's a fortress on wheels. Our liaison in the Resistance, Rousseau, will provide support if possible, but attacks on their network could mean we're on our own.
The fate of Paris is in your hands.
In S.O.E., the squad teams up with the British Special Operations Executive to disrupt German supply lines by sabotaging a train. While the specific mission is fictionalized, it draws inspiration from real efforts by the Allies to weaken German logistics during the war. The Falaise Pocket, a major contention point during the Normandy campaign, serves as the backdrop for this mission. Historically, the Falaise Pocket was the site of a decisive Allied victory in August 1944. By encircling German forces, the Allies cut off their retreat, capturing or killing tens of thousands of enemy troops. The game simplifies this complex operation, focusing instead on a high-octane chase to destroy a train carrying vital supplies. While this sequence is dramatized for gameplay, it reflects the larger strategy of disrupting German supply lines to cripple their war effort. The mission concludes with a debriefing that sets up the next stage of the campaign.
I believe these men belong to you.
I see you've met Rousseau. She's with the Marquis, French resistance.
She killed a crowd that was gunning for us.
You could at least try to capture and interrogate them first.
There would be more trouble than they're worth.
I thought we lost you. Looks like you did some damage.
The train was supposed to be stopped, not destroyed.
Yeah, I'm sorry that things didn't go exactly as planned, but on the bright side, we've just alerted every goddamn German outpost in the whole area, so we gotta get moving. Come on.
Not until we finish the mission.
Rousseau and Crowley have a plan to sabotage the occupation, and that means striking at its heart.
The mission Liberation starts on August 25th, 1944, and throws us back into some real history as we attempt to liberate Paris from Nazi occupation.
Gentlemen. The garrison is run by SS and Polizeiführer Heinrich. And he couldn't find me. He came for my parents. And my husband. And finally, my son. Tonight, everything we've lost, everything we fought for, will mean something. Tonight, we take back our city.
The garrison. Our contact there will supply us with explosives. And when we blow the gates, that'll be your signal to approach.
We're counting on you.
All right, boys. Let's get ready.
These crowds ain't gonna give up easy.
I figure we can survive Pearson, we can survive anything.
I fought alongside him at Kasserine. We should all be so brave.
It won't be long now, mes amis. But first, we enter the wolves' den. See you there.
The U.S. 4th Infantry Division and Free French 2nd Armored Division under General Philippe Leclerc were advancing from west and south, while the French resistance inside Paris had weakened the German defenses through street fighting. Now in the hills of Ronda Rousey, we reached the police prefecture in Paris, which was operating as a Nazi headquarters and must silently infiltrate the building to meet up with Oberst Fischer. Once rendezvousing with the German, he informs us of a briefcase containing explosives and tells us we'll have to swap them out in the war room, giving us directions on how to sneak into there. We enter Heinrich's office, but are unable to sneak away before he returns and are questioned by him. Once he identifies us, we fight back and stab him with a broken glass, then escape the area. After reaching the war room, we swap briefcases with Fischer and sneak across the courtyard while planting explosives on the entrances. After planting the final explosive, we're placed back in the boots of Daniels and are mounting a full-out assault on the Nazi base. Upon successfully liberating Paris, we regroup with Pearson and Turner as fireworks are set off in the sky celebrating the victory.
City of Lights. Finally, something to celebrate, eh, Crowley?
There's no turning back. France has reclaimed Paris.
No, this ain't exactly over yet. The war's not done.
Now come on, Pearson, let them have this.
That's what Turner's for.
We thought with the liberation of Paris we'd be one step closer to home. But our troubles are just beginning. We're fighting in the city now, Aachen. The crowd's got a death grip on it, and for good reason. We're drilling a hole clear through their western border.
On October 8th, and now on the front lines of Aachen, a cutscene plays showing the devastation of the war.
Turner and Pearson, they ain't seen eye to eye since we got here. The grind's taking a toll on us all.
Time for more beans and bullets.
If I tell you to do it, it is the goddamn mission!
Hey, pick up the pace! We gotta hit CP by nightfall.
Hey, on this line around. Show me your girl.
Thought I told you not to go through my things.
What kind of chump doesn't open a sugar report?
The kind who thinks it's a Dear John. See the address? She wrote Daniels, not Red. Only one reason to be so formal. Hate to say it, I think she's cutting you loose. Or hey, maybe it's like Schrodinger's letter. You know, you don't open it, she's still your girl.
Ow, maybe it's like Schrodinger's letter. What's wrong with you?
Quit screwing around! We hit the State Theater at 07:30 tomorrow.
Everybody's got their limits. Everybody.
True or not, Hazel, I gotta believe you still love me if I'm gonna stay strong.
Let's go, let's go!
The gameplay opens as Daniels and the squad are rushing through the street looking for cover. Once we take control, we're tasked with reaching a field phone to call for backup. After Pearson makes the call, we are put into the seat of a tank as we fight through the streets to reach Daniels and his team. Once reaching the team and clearing out the plaza, we're back in control of Daniels and we make our way through the buildings and alleyways, dragging fallen soldiers to safety along the way before reaching another cutscene. Looking through binoculars, we determine that a hotel is the Nazi stronghold and push forward to take the building. Reaching the front of the hotel, we push a truck out of the way before clearing the hotel lobby. After going down to the cellars, we discover a small gathering of refugees, who we decide to save. One of the child refugees gets left behind and we sneak past Nazis to rescue her. Returning to the truck, Turner and Pearson are arguing about what to do with the refugees, and we are ambushed. Taking out the ambush, we find a refugee who can drive the truck and let them escape.
Kann jemand einen Laster fahren? Wie in einem Breckenhäusen.
Ja, ich kann fahren.
Come on!
Look out!
The Hurtgen is dark and nearly impenetrable. Our mission is to take Hill 493. Whoever holds the hill dominates the valley.
Death Factory takes place in Hurtgen Forest, a location infamous for its grueling battles and harsh conditions. The real Battle of Hurtgen Forest was one of the longest battles fought on German soil during World War II, characterized by dense woods, freezing temperatures, and relentless German resistance. The mission begins with the squad navigating the forest, dealing with landmines, ambushes, and artillery fire. Daniels is blown off of a cliffside, and coming to, Daniels has a vision of his brother motivating him to never quit. Pushing onward alone, we fight past enemies with scavenged weapons and eventually regroup with our squad. Back with the team, we make our way through bunkers before reaching a small mill that after taking, we must defend. Once we hold off the German offense, we take a breather and the mission ends.
We hold this position until Pearson gets here, then we take the hill together.
Unless he bypassed the mill and went for it himself.
He doesn't have the manpower.
It's never stopped him before.
Said we wait here, and that's what we're gonna do.
No disrespect, sir. But what if Stiles was right and Pearson did go ahead?
You let me worry about that, Daniels.
My gut tells me something's off.
If I made decisions based on your gut, Private, we'd still be on the boat at Normandy.
Exactly. You heard how Pearson's platoon got wiped out at Kasserine? Looks like history's repeating itself.
It better not. I want to know what really happened there.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the guts to ask Turner. But I know someone who does.
This is Dagwood White Dog 16, requesting a commo check. Can you read me? Over.
If you don't mind me saying, sir, maybe we should head to the assembly point.
Not yet. Pearson will get here.
Sir, is it true about Pearson getting those men killed at the Kasserine Pass?
One day, Daniels, when you're leading your own platoon, you find out there's usually two options. Bad and worse. But you focus on your men, because that's what'll get you through.
Tell that to Pearson.
Sergeant Pearson. You just pray you're never in that position.
Lieutenant! Just got a transmission from Baker. They're gonna assault Hill 493. Pearson's with them.
What?
He took our guys and 2nd platoon.
Gear up! Let's move!
Hill 493 focuses on the squad's efforts to secure a strategic position overlooking the Rhine. The mission is inspired by the real battles fought in the Siegfried Line, a series of German defensive fortifications. Hill 493 represents the high ground that both sides sought to control in these engagements. The mission begins with an intense assault on German positions involving heavy artillery and close-quarters combat. We must work with our squad to flank enemy positions and neutralize machine gun nests.
How many casualties? We executed the mission.
How many?
Our instructions were to take this hill.
You should have waited for us.
There wasn't time.
What about our
We had orders!
The hell with our goddamn orders!
Do you think I wanted any of this? We are cogs in the machine, Joseph. We start going our own way, the whole thing breaks down. When did you forget that?
These are men! Our men! When did you forget?
Those 150s are still firing on our position.
Keep moving. We're taking them out.
The climax involves a desperate push to destroy a German artillery tank, a task that tests the player's skill and resolve. The mission concludes with the squad securing Hill 493, paving the way for the final phase in the Allies' campaign.
It's okay. I've got you, son.
Lieutenant!
Ami. Fluchen Schweine. Komische Arschlöcher. Sie werden uns nie schlagen können. Was machen Sie denn hier auf unserem Kontinent? Am Arschlecken, verfluchte Männer.
Turner! Enemy reinforcements, fall back!
I'm not gonna make it. Leave me. I got you. Stay with me. Turner. Lieutenant! We gotta get our boys out of here.
No, we can still make it!
You have to retreat.
No, we ain't leaving you here.
Get me up, I'll hold them off. You have to go! Go!
It was an honor.
No sacrifice too great. Go. Fall back! Sergeant! Move! Move! Fall back! Move back! There's an order down there! Go! Go! No!
Convoy's coming through, and it's up to us to make sure it gets to the Rhine. Now all we gotta do is survive the cold and Pearson.
Nice boots, College. They look new.
Yeah, poached them off some replacement. The poor kid froze to death.
Pearson wasn't so stingy with requisitions, I wouldn't have to steal.
It's okay. They weren't doing the replacement any good. Where's that farm kid I used to know?
The gameplay starts off in the freezing trenches of Ardennes, and Pearson orders Daniels to deliver ammo to a squad further down the line. Once Daniels delivers the ammo, the Germans begin their increasingly forceful assault. After defending for a short while, we reach a shack and call in air support, which then places us in the seat of a fighter plane. Once we finish fighting off enemy planes, we're placed back into the boots of Daniels at the Bulge and rally with Pearson, who gives coordinates for the air support, fighting off more Germans, and as soon as we run out of ammo, the air support performs a bombing run, destroying the German forces right in front of us. The game captures the sense of vulnerability and determination that define this critical battle.
Pass me after my ears start ringing.
I can't feel my hand. That's because I'm sitting on it. Oh, thank God.
Rushing for you, Corporal.
long as Pearson went out of his goddamn mind.
That's above my pay grade.
Probably get a medal for it.
Well, I wasn't so bad.
We're all lucky to be alive.
For now. Daniels, take those Krauts to bosses.
Yes, sir.
And be quick about it.
Wasser, bitte. What's he want?
Wasser, bitte.
Here. God damn it, what are you doing, Zussman?
Lay off, Sergeant.
What's that? Huh? How's that, huh? How's that work for you?
Much better.
You son of a bitch.
Sergeant! Hey, you stay out of this!
Hey! Stop! Nicht schießen! Nicht schießen! He's not worth it! Daniels!
Don't Kraut. Why'd you run? Must be hiding something. Son of a bitch was holding out on us. The fuck's this say?
These are orders to plant explosives on the bridge in Remagen. Ordnance is gonna be loaded onto trucks 5 miles north of here. If I'm reading this right, it's the last bridge standing across the Rhine.
Well, ain't that something, Fritz?
Ambush follows the squad as they prepare for a surprise attack on retreating German forces. This mission highlights the guerrilla tactics used by the Allies in the later stages of the war, as well as the unpredictability of combat. Players must set traps, coordinate with their squad, and adapt to changing circumstances as the ambush unfolds. The mission's tension builds as the squad waits for the perfect moment to strike. When the ambush begins, players engage in chaotic combat, fighting to maintain control of the battlefield. After assaulting the convoy, we take a jeep and begin an attack on the nearby base. Zussman is captured, and Daniels chases after him against the orders of Pearson. After being knocked off the road and surviving the accident, Daniels is faced with Pearson, who tells him that he has deserted the squad.
You disobeyed a direct order. Then I guess you better court-martial me. Desertion is a capital offense.
Daniels is discharged from the military and returns home and spends time with his girlfriend and newly born child.
Welcome home, Red.
From this moment on, I am not letting you out of my sight. You understand me, Corporal?
Yes, ma'am.
You all right there, Red?
We gonna talk or we gonna hunt?
You should be proud. You ruled your fear, you held your own. Nothing more you can ask of a man. It's the best feeling in the world, ain't it? Facing down hell and coming home a bona fide hero. Red? Red?
Oh, what are you doing here?
What's it look like?
Suicide.
Hey, I wouldn't go in there. Pearson's been hitting the sauce.
Thanks for the warning.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
I'm not giving up on Zussman.
Tell it to the chaplain, because I got no room for a second who can't follow orders.
You weren't following orders when you refused to abandon those boys at Kazarane.
What did you just say to me?
You heard me.
You better leave while you can still walk.
Davis told me. It wasn't your fault. You were only trying to do right by your platoon.
Get out! Get out!
I'm not going anywhere.
I said get out! God damn it! My orders were to fall back. But I just couldn't leave them. I told my men we were gonna hold this pass until reinforcements got here. But they never came. They never came. So I guess you're right. I did get my men killed. Now go.
Not without my platoon.
You think you got some guts, don't you? Try getting the job done day in and day out while your men are dying all around you.
Turner would have never given up like
Turner
this.
is dead.
Then make that mean something. No sacrifice too great.
You don't know anything about sacrifice.
How about this? Honorable discharge papers signed by Davis. My ticket home. I could have had everything. A hero's welcome, my girl in my arms, hell, even a Bronze Star. But I got one last mission.
You must be crazy.
Crazy ain't the half of it.
All right, fall in.
Sergeant?
I said fall in, goddammit. If you want in, now's the time. Get the fuck out of my way.
I guess the gang's all here.
Not all of us. Let's take that bridge and find our boy.
Yes, Corporal.
All right, there she is, the last bridge over the Rhine.
We get this convoy across, we're in the heartland. We'll bust them open.
Look, it's all or nothing. It's all been leading to this.
Hold on! All right, on me, come on! We gotta secure the bridge entrance!
Yes, Sergeant. Come on.
Hey, don't make me regret giving you a second chance.
You know I won't. Let's move.
The culmination of the Call of Duty World War II campaign takes the squad to the Rhine River, a key objective in the final push into the Nazi Germany. Historically, the Allies aimed to secure bridges and key positions along the Rhine to pave the way for the invasion of the German heartland. The game draws from these events, presenting a high-stakes mission that tests the squad's resilience and unity. As the mission begins, Daniels reflects on the sacrifices and camaraderie that have brought the squad to this point. Players face intense urban combat and sniper encounters as they advance through a devastated German town. The mission highlights the desperation of the German forces as well as the determination of the Allies to bring the war to an end. The squad is tasked with securing a key bridge, echoing real-life operations such as the capture of Ludendorff Bridge at Romagen. The intense firefight on the bridge serves as a climactic moment, with players fending off waves of German reinforcements. In the final moments, the squad successfully secures the bridge, marking a pivotal step toward victory in Europe.
What you looking at, Fritz?
There are reports of POW camps in the area. Davis has ordered us to wait for authorization before conducting a sweep. But I guess you know what to do with Davis's orders.
Copy that, Sergeant.
All right.
Proud our platoon held the first bridgehead on the Rhine. Now our convoy's rolling into the heart of Germany. They say war's as good as won. Not to me. Not while Zuss is out there. After leaving the bridge on our mission east, we searched camps along the way. I thought I knew what cruelty was. I didn't know anything. But one thing's for certain. What I saw will stay with me forever. The survivors said that the other POWs, including Zussman, had been taken to a smaller camp 3 hours east. All I could do was hope he somehow made it.
Last one. This looks more like a labor camp.
They had them living worse than animals. From the looks of it, they were beaten, starved, and worked to the bone. The Nazis had murdered our boys in cold blood, and no fire in hell could burn away the stain. They'd slaughtered the weakest, anyone that was slowing them down.
Daniels, over here. Daniels, you gotta see this. Tracks lead to the fields. That's where they must have marched on.
And that's where we're going.
I wouldn't get your hopes up, Corporal.
I made a promise to Zussman.
We'll find him. I just can't guarantee we'll find him alive.
Zussman!
Red, take the shot!
Everything's coming full circle. All I've done, all I wish I'd done. It's like my whole life is leading to this moment.
We need to head home, baby brother.
Paul!
You died right there in the snow. All because I couldn't. Damn it. I'm coming, Zussman. You're not gonna die, brother. Not now. Not today.
Red, take the shot! Take the shot! Take the shot! Take the shot!
Is it over? I must be dreaming.
What'd they do?
Thought we were left behind. And I might die alone out here.
Drink some. Easy now.
Come on, let's get out of here. Into the Jeep, come on. General.
You always looked out for me, Paul. And I reckon you did today. Because there's only one thing that keeps you going on that long march. And that's having your brothers beside you.
When history called, you answered. From all walks of life, you came to defend peace and freedom. I thank you, and the world thanks you. Wherever your path takes you, know this. You will always be amongst a brotherhood of heroes.
Well, this is it, fellas.
Zussman wanted you to have it.
Yeah, you'll need it more than me. You got a kiddo now.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Gentlemen. Queens! Your prodigal son returns!
You gonna be okay?
Gotta say bye to Zussman.
Sarge.
Going home, Sergeant?
I am home. What about you? You gonna re-up?
I've been away from Texas for a long time.
You take care, farm boy.
I will. When my son asks what I did, I'll tell him I fought with the first. And that crazy bastard Pearson.
Crazy ain't the half of it.
If you're ever in Chicago,
I'll get there.
oh yeah, maybe I'll surprise you in Longview first.
You're welcome anytime.
You know, when they captured us, it wasn't just our freedom that they took. Even though we were together, and we were alone, looking for any way to survive. But you could have gone home a hero. Why'd you come back?
I saw that life. Just couldn't live it. To the end. To the end. The dream was different last night. This time we made it home, together. I can still hear the wolves' paw. Sometimes I still see them coming. But you showed me how to fight them. So this belongs to you. Because the sacrifice you made taught me that a hero will risk it all to save his brother. And you'll always be both to me.